Hi guys, it's Dakota. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy. Today is really random, just a random. It's late in the day, but I just wanted to share something with you that I really am getting a spiritual chuckle out of, to be quite honest with you, and I just wanted to share it with you. So over the last about 3 weeks, there's been this series. Has anybody ever read the Lemony Snicket series of misfortunate events? Have you ever read that series? I have the whole series. I love it. So the last 3 weeks, we've been dealing with some misfortunate events. And just real quickly, I'm not going to go into all of the details, but about 3 weeks ago, we had a total flood in our kitchen. Our sink backed up. It's a long story. The short end of the story is that we have to replace all of the kitchen floor into the dining room, which is probably, I don't even know how long our house is. It's the length of our house, of course. And, but we have insurance. We have to pay the deductible. And I know the day that it happened, it was stressful for my husband. I'm not saying that it was fun and that it wasn't stressful. Okay. I think there must be levels of stress. For me, it was more of an aggravation, like an inconvenience, not even an aggravation. It was more of an inconvenience, because he had to go out, and we wet back, dry backed all the water up. It was everywhere. Came over the sink, onto the counters, uh, waterfalled over the counters, all over the floor. I mean, it was a flood. And so we've had to remove half of the floor, but when you have laminate, you have to replace the whole floor, all of the flooring. So that means not just the kitchen, but the dining room as well. And but we did pull out the damaged part, and you know what? And I threw a bunch of throw rugs down, area rugs, whatever. I just threw some throw rugs down because my point was this: who cares? I mean, I'm not going to get stressed. Why am I stressed about that? I mean, he had to do the work, and I'm sorry that he had to do the work. And I know that was stressful for him, and it was aggravating, and all of that. But things happen, and I'm not going to let that determine my attitude of the day, my emotion of the day. It happened. We got the mess cleaned up best we could. And I say we, I keep saying we, but it was mostly he. And I just went, the most stressful part about it is going to be picking out the new floor, because I am very picky. I'm really picky. And so I said, so that being said, if it takes a day, great. If it takes 3 weeks, okay. If it takes 6 months, who cares? Who cares? We have a floor. We have full access to the kitchen. Full access to the kitchen. But instead of stepping on laminate, we're stepping on little rugs here and there, scattered rugs all around, so that we don't have to step on the concrete. But who cares? Seriously, I don't care. I mean, really, it it doesn't bother me in the least. Do I want it fixed? Absolutely. Will it get fixed? Absolutely. But am I going to stress about it because, oh, it's not fixed today? I don't care. No, it's not. When we get to it, we'll get to it, and that's it. So, okay, so that happened. My car is having some, and it's only 3 years old, I think, a Jeep, and it's had 3 days of some electrical issues, um, and not on the same day. Like 2 weeks ago, the all the dashboard and the computer thingy went black. Then it happened a few days later, and then I think it was yesterday or the day before, the lift back door thing, I don't know what it's called, tailgate, whatever. Um, we couldn't, it wouldn't open. the clicker wouldn't open it, and I thought, oh, we probably just need a battery, and just throw the stuff in through the doors, the side doors, and we're good to go. We're good to go. Who cares? It's working today. So I think we probably have some kind of electrical little thing going on with that. But the thing that sucks is we don't have a warranty anymore because it's 3 years and we're over 3 years. So does that suck? Yeah, that does suck. But I'm not going to get, what good would it do if I start stressing about it and worrying about it? It's not going to fix it. It's just not going to fix it. Maybe it's something simple, and maybe it's a fuse. I don't know. I don't know anything about cars. But worst case scenario, if the screen goes black and never comes back on, until we get to the point where, hey, let's figure out what we want to do with this. I guess I'll just drive behind people and you know, that are, I think, are going the speed limit. I mean, I don't have any choice. I'm not going to get stressed out about it and run it down to the Jeep dealer and, pay $5,000 for them to tell me, oh, yeah, it just had a loose wire. I'm not going to do that. So I'm just not stressing about it. I don't care. Like, I really, I don't care. And then we have a sinkhole out at the edge of our driveway. I mean, like, here's the end of our driveway, of our big our road that comes out. At the end of our driveway is the road, the main road, which is it's like a 4-lane highway. It's a busy road. And there was a sinkhole. And we measured it. It was like 3 feet deep, and it went way, we couldn't even tell how far back it went. And it was probably about a foot long, about 5 inches or so wide. DOT came out. They threw some rocks in there. Um, I guess waiting to see if that fixed it. It did not. It started to open up again. So they came out yesterday and cut a big, like 5 foot by 5 foot hole at the end of our driveway. Now, the good thing is, I have a friend. Thank you very much. I know that you watch the videos. Um, who had come out the first day for the rocks, to pour the rocks in the hole. And I had said, hey, I don't know what's going to happen with them fixing it, but can you call me and let me know when they're coming out, or does DOT call me? Because we would have to go to work. I mean, I don't want to, that's the only way out, a drive. That you can't, there's no other way to go. You got to go out that driveway. So, and dear soul as he is, he did. He called yesterday, said, hey, they're on their way. And the husband loaded up his truck because he did have some work that he had to do. He said, do you want me to move your car? And I said, nah, I'm just going to stay home today. And this is what I do. I stay home for the most part on my days off. I live for it. Now, my friend calls, so he didn't move the car. Okay, so he didn't move the car. All right, but he took off. So, okay, we're back to, I love I love being at home. My other dear friend calls this the enchanted forest, and which is so sweet. It's really cute. And I am just as happy as a clam being back here piddling around. I like it when it's cooler. There's not so many bugs, so that I can tromp around in the woods and stuff like that. Right now, it's so hot with the humidity, and so I really, can't get out there and enjoy my walks. And I'm not going in the woods with ticks and everything right now this time of year. So, but nevertheless, the energy when I am here alone is, I love it. You guys, I love it. So, yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'm not going to go anywhere. I mean, I didn't plan to go to the grocery store. I had already done big shopping the week before, so we didn't need anything. And yeah, it was totally cool. So, so they started working on the road, and they cut this big, like, I don't know how big it was. It was giant, maybe 5 foot by 5 foot or 6 foot. I don't know. It was just this giant hole in the road that they cut, the DOT cut. And the guy jumped in the hole, and it was up to here on him. And he was taller than me, I'm sure. And it was like up to here. So it was deep, a deep hole. And they, when they were digging, they pulled out, I don't know, some water pipe thing, and water started gushing all over. And, you know, and, it was funny. I mean, I know it wasn't funny for them, but anyway, I watched the shenanigans for a while, and then I came back to the house. And I'm back here doing whatever I do, and they're out there still working. I'm not paying any attention. And all of a sudden I go, man, I'm trapped. I can't go anywhere. This sucks. I went, what? Like, wait a minute. No, 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 no. There's something wrong with that because, first of all, if they weren't doing that, I wouldn't have gone anywhere anyway. I had no place to go, no place I wanted to go. It was the idea that, oh, if I want to go somewhere, I can't. Well, that's crazy. There was no emergency. There was not anything urgent that I would have to go do. And if I needed something, like if there was something urgent and I needed something, I call my husband and go, "Hey, this is urgent and I need this." He's already out. So he can just come in, pull into the next door neighbors there for a minute, and take care of whatever I need. You know what I mean? So, but I was getting like, I was feeling this, like this weird feeling. And I went, oh my God, what is wrong with that? All right. So I sat with it. I sat with that feeling and I said, what is this? What is this feeling? Why? Why are you having this feeling? If you were free to get out that road right now, you'd be sitting here doing something else. So what is your problem? What is going on? And I thought, yeah, I'm gonna sit with this. I'm gonna do some meditation with this. I'm gonna dissect it. I know I use that word a lot, but that's what I was gonna do, and that's what I did. I just sat with it and looked at everything that had been going on with the car issue, the flood issue, the sinkhole, just everything. And I really did I started the spiritual chuckle. That's what I call it. When you get frantic over something or you get over something, and you're just like, wait a minute, what? This is not what I practice. This is not what I believe. What is going on with me? Am I losing it? Like, what is it? So I put some notes together, and over the years I have done, especially the last probably 10, 12 years, I started doing some really, really, really deep shadow work. Now, that being said, let me just tell you, I know I keep mentioning we're going to talk about shadow work one day, but not today. But I'm just going to tell you this. I don't have anything bad to say about my past, about my life growing up. I didn't have any traumas. I didn't have any dramas. Well, there was dramas, We're human. We're going to have dramas. Especially as a teenager, you're going to have dramas. But there wasn't anything. There was no trauma. No religious trauma, no abuse trauma, no nothing. It was me and my mom. Period. That was it. My mom worked 2 jobs. I was alone a lot. Maybe that's why I like being here alone. Maybe. Or it doesn't bother me. It doesn't. I love it. I love it. So the shadow work is more about the mundane things that stress me out, that piss me off, that, are you allowed to say that on YouTube? That that get on my nerves, and those things have to do with things outside of my control. Meaning, uh, these events that happened, a flood, the car, the sinkhole. I had nothing to do with that. And the flood and the flood with the sink backing up, the sink backed up. Okay, and we weren't standing there, so it backed up, and then we found that it flooded. I mean, out of my control. The car out of my control. The sinkhole out of my control. Um, the things that are in my control is how I react to those things. I could be a maniac and go, "Oh my God, what is going on? This happened, and first it was the flood, and now it's the this, and the car, and now it's the sinkhole, and what purpose does that serve for me? None. I can't do anything about that. So move on. And that's what I did. In the shadow work over the years has mostly been about people. People. Oh, this person said this about me. Oh, this person stabbed me in the back. This person's a liar. This person, blah, blah, blah. What? Uh, no. I'm done with giving them that power. Um, and I've really worked hard on it, and it's almost now, I almost feel, this is the truth, guys. I almost feel, and if you feel this way, or have another way of me to kind of maybe process this, but this is how I feel. I almost feel very cynical. Because I swear before the gods, are you allowed to say it on YouTube? um, I don't know. Okay. Um, whatever you think about me has nothing to do with me. That's what you think. We are all entitled to our opinions. You think that about me? Have you ever asked me what I think about you? Because you might not like it. But guess what? Who cares? It's none of your business. It's my business. It's my truth. This is what I know. This is what I know. And I know the kind of person I am. I know what my personality is. I know a good majority of my flaws, and if you think you don't have any, well, good luck to you. That's awesome. Love to hear how you ended up with no flaws. Um, but yeah, I've got all the things. I'm human, I've got emotion. However, I'm also in control of my emotions, and I am so free. I am so free. I feel so free having this feeling of that's your business. Whether it is a religious thing, which we just had last week, very nice person, very nice, very gentle, not, yeah, like that. But it was definitely some preaching and trying to shift my energy to their way. And I just said, I guess that's one way to look at it, or one way to think about it. It's not my way. And if that's your way and you're benefiting from it, then I am so happy for you. Right? I mean, because I don't give a flip. I don't care if you think my way is the wrong way, then don't come into my store. I mean, it's crazy. And it's that way with people in general. And for me to go, I really, and I'm not going to, and I don't debate anymore. I'm not going to debate. I shouldn't say anymore because I'm still working on that. I try not to. I try to just go, thank you for your opinion. Thank you for your opinion. I mean, thank you for sharing your opinion with me, because that's all it is. It's your opinion. And it's none of my business. I don't care. I don't care. All right. So where this all ends up is, while so I did this whole meditation and this, spiritual calling in the guides and, ancestors, whoever that could kind of guide me and shed some light on uh, this feeling I had about being trapped in my own my own sanctuary. Um, this morning, a meme came up on Pinterest, which that is my mindless thing. I just like to look and, oh, pretty, oh, funny. I'm not thinking. That's like a meditation. So, but it came up and I went, okay, synchronicity. Okay, guides. Thank you very much, universe. This is what it said. This is what it said. There's a big difference between empty fatigue and gratifying exhaustion. That was deep. That's deep. Life is short. Invest in the meaningful activities that move you. Whoa. Right? I mean, empty fatigue. That is where people have time to dig up these opinions, to dig up these rumors, to this gossip, to be me, poor, all of that. I'm not saying everyone. I know that there are horrible, horrible situations that people have had in their past and that are still struggling with today. And my heart does go out because I'm telling you that when when you have that freedom, when you can say, that I'm not allowing that to affect my moving forward with my joy and my who I am and my beliefs, then I no, it's not my business anymore. I've moved on from that. And so that was like and I just read that this morning, and that's why I'm doing this video, this little impromptu video. And so right after that, I jumped back over to Facebook, and somebody had posted something about, hey, by the way, don't forget tomorrow, which is the 23rd, by the way, of August, um, Mercury goes retrograde, and will be retrograde, I believe, until the 21st of September. Oh no, the 15th. The 15th of September. He goes to tomorrow, the 23rd. August 23rd is when he goes retro, and then goes direct, like I think the 15th of September. Okay, so, and he's going retrograde in Virgo. Now, I am I'm not big into, oh my God, it's Mercury retrograde. Hang on, let's go crazy. We're gonna go crazy. And I think part of that is because of this new approach to how I genuinely um react, not don't react to situations anymore, I guess. Um and it isn't, I hope you don't think it's not because I don't have any emotions, because I do. I was just boohooing the other night. I was watching a show. What was I watching? Alone, or one of those shows. No, Naked and Afraid. I don't know, one of those stupid shows. And the guy was, I mean, I just started crying. So I have emotions, I do. However, um, I'm not going to let a misfortune um, create havoc in my life to where I am no longer happy. I am no longer feeling this joy and enthusiasm with who I am and my spiritualism and my practice and all of that. So the empty fatigue and gratifying exhaustion And I just went, wow, that is so deep. I love that. I just absolutely love that. The empty fatigue, yeah, that's just like that waste, waste of energy, a waste of life. Life is precious, man. Man, use every second of it for things that you enjoy, things that you want to do, things that are going to move you forward instead of dwelling in this, that, and the other about this, yeah, and work towards that exhaustion, the gratifying exhaustion. Love it. Okay, so Mercury going retro tomorrow, and Mercury's going into Virgo, and so there was all this. So I read a little bit about it. I'm not real big into that. Like I said, I'm not saying that it doesn't affect some, because it does. Half the time, I don't even know. Like this, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that Mercury was going retrograde. I've, and I'm sure there's those of you that go, oh, well, look at this past week. Things happen. Things happen. I can tell you this: things happened before Mercury decided he's going to go retrograde. I'm just saying, things happen, and if we add the fuel to that fire, then you can bet things are going to happen. You can bet it's going to amplify for sure. So I put it in perspective. I just put that stuff into perspective. um, but I did read about it because I thought, oh, that is funny. That's kind of bizarre that all this stuff has happened in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I looked at it, and it said that Mercury, it's supposed to, this is supposed to be a softer uh, effect, um, because Mercury rules Virgo, um, but that it was going to be harder for Geminis, which is the other um, sign that Mercury rules, which is me, which is me. And so when I read that part, I went, what do you mean by that it's going to be harder or more challenging? Challenging was the word that they used. Challenging. Is it so challenging? Okay, I'll buy that. More challenging. But it doesn't mean that it's more stressful. It doesn't mean that, oh crap, what's next? It doesn't mean that. It's all in how you look at the situation and go, you know, it's life happens, things happen, and we're gonna be okay. We'll get through it, and that's the way it is. Um, so yeah, so I just oh, I'm reading. Sorry, it said one of the things that it said that when this Mercury thing happens goes retro, one of the things that can happen is equipment breakdown. And there's more to the things that have been happening. My husband's had like three of his big equipment pieces. I don't know, he's got like a skid steer and a who knows what tractors, whatever. Um, yeah, I think two of them had issues that he had to fix. So hey, maybe it's all true. Maybe it's all true. But I asked myself this question: does your home feel like your sanctuary? Yes or no? That's simple. For me, yes, it does. All the time. You can ask my friends. No. No, it doesn't. But it comes with a plot of land, right? It comes with lessons. It comes with my growth, my spiritual growth. This is what I'm working on. This is where my head has been the last 10 years, more so the last 5 years. Spiritual growth and elevation. I am so freaking uh, happy with uh, things. I don't know with this freedom. With this freedom, you have to work on it. You still have to work on it because if you think for me that I'm just sitting here preaching blah blah blah, I am telling you the truth. The truth is this: if someone gets on my last nerve, it's not like I go, oh, they got on my last nerve. Oh well. No. However, they got on my last nerve. I'm feeling irritated or I'm feeling whatever, and now let's re-examine the situation. As a friend of mine, another friend of mine said, "Would you want to go out to coffee with them?" And you can ask my friend. It took me probably 10 minutes. That's what it felt like. It was probably 3 minutes. I felt like I just stood there staring at her. I couldn't stop staring at her. This is not someone who is all spiritual. No, it's not. It's not. There's some spiritual aspects to them, but no, that's not their thing. But I was yapping, about a situation, a person. And when they said that to me, they said, and listened like a champ, and then said, it's interesting. Let me ask you this: would you want to have coffee with them? And I stood there for 10 minutes because I, I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? No. My answer was no. No, I don't want to have coffee with them. And I'm okay with that. And that felt good. That felt good. And that's why it took me so long because I was like dissecting that. I was like, well, I mean, we're friends or we're this or that and then I went, yeah, but this and this and I'm like, no, my answer was no. No, I don't. So, does home feel like a sanctuary? Yes, it does. And I questioned that yesterday. And my answer now is yes. Yes, it is. So, with that being said, I hope you find your sanctuary. It can be here. It can live here. That's really where it lives. That's really where it lives. You can plant all the trees and have all the wildlife and whatever you want, and it lives there. That's where your sanctuary lives, and you can find it. And I'm going to end with this. I am not a love and lighty kind of person, so don't think that that's where this is coming from, because it's not. And my friends will tell you, it's coming from a place of I've experienced it, I'm still learning it, and I'm growing, and I have so much freedom. And once you have that freedom, what you can do with yourself in your growth is tremendous. Tremendous. So, that being said, I'm going to end this random video that's now 35 minutes long. But I just wanted to share it with you because when I read that meme this morning, I was like, that's insane. Because I had posted last night the pictures of the guys, and the sinkhole thing, and I was feeling that. I was feeling that, and yeah, life is good and life is short. It's full of things. Don't get me wrong. It's full of all kinds of things. Work through them, and don't worry about what someone's going to say because You got brand new big red glasses, which most people are liking. I like them. They're fun. All right, guys, that is it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy my Cali friends. Hope you guys are safe. And other than that, love you. See you next time. Bye.